Hell no, not for this topic. You don't get my full intro for this. Hell no. That's strictly combat sports right there. Hell to the no, shouty. It gets none of my intro. This is a different type topic for somebody who's born and raised down here in the A. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, A-Side official. You already know. First in the building, Mike on deck. Salute to you. Jessica on deck. Salute to you, Queen. How you feeling? Carlos is on deck. Salute. We're gonna get to that, Jessica. I'm glad you. I'm gonna enlighten some people on some things. Okay, I'm definitely gonna enlighten some people on some things. So if you're coming into the building, man, hit the like button. This is a different topic, of course, and you know, you're talking to a person that was born and raised down here in the ATL, but majority of the time I've been on the YTC, I haven't really talked about topics like this, even though I grew up in an era where I seen the transition happening. I did. I seen it. I seen it. You know, I was in the service at that time, but in the late '90s, early 2000s, and shit like that, I was in the club scene down here, and I was also in the club scene wherever my duty stations was. You know what I'm saying? So the good thing for me, I didn't have to be around it all the time. I was in the service, so I was able to go to other cities and club. That doesn't mean they didn't have a gay club. That just means the epidemic that happened down here in Atlanta, ATL, the Dirty South. People made a big thing about it. At one point in time, as a straight up native, right? I used to enjoy telling people, yeah, I'm out there ATL. And I'll still tell them, you know what I'm saying? And my older dude, they like, okay, he was back there when ATL was straight. When ATL, the club stayed open all night. You know what I'm saying? You go in there, it's like 15 to 20 women to one. It's plenty of women that you can ask to dance with on any song. If you look the way you're supposed to look, yeah, you can get that. It was easy. Like the club was easy, man. It was easy for me. It was easy, dog. Like, man, ATL was jumping back then with the club scene. Jumping. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better club scene back then. Seriously. It was just, when you talking about clubs that stay open all night, and some of them serve breakfast, you talking about staying in the club the entire night. First of all, if anyone that's tuned in can relate, you didn't really get to the club till like 12:30 anyway, 12:30, 1 o'clock. The real ones really didn't show up to then. If you showed up at 9:30 p.m., you exhausted, man. You was in there waiting and waiting and waiting, spending up all your money. You know what I'm saying? The real ones, we brought our drink with us to the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? We brought our drink with us, and then, we always had that in case we had to step out the club and get a drink instead of paying all that money for whatever. I ain't gonna lie, back then you wanted to spend that money on the female. You wanted to at least buy them drinks. A couple. I always had a quota. And I didn't really go to the club just to talk to a bunch of women. I was very selective in who I chose. I never had a problem with getting a woman that I chose to dance with or whatever and kick it with. I just never had a problem with that. So I see cats in there spending the hell out their money, and they come in the club too early, and they be on a budget. That's not what you did back then. But times changed where it was an incident that happened where, somebody was thrown through a glass window, and new leadership, whatever, man. They start closing the clubs down at like 2 o'clock. That really fucked up the Atlanta scene, man. Because it just wasn't popping the way it was. You had so many people from different cities coming down here to the club because our clubs didn't close. Like, you would actually see the sun coming up. People leaving the club like they walking out of a hotel and check out. And we wasn't heading home. We heading to the freaking restaurant. We head to the restaurant, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you with your lady that you just met, you eat breakfast, right? I'm talking about this was the norm. You go eat breakfast, or if you on that type of time, you go straight to the hotel or whatever, and you spend that time. But I'm gonna tell you, my mentality back then, I wasn't too much worried about that bullshit that ended up going on with the stigma that was placed on the ATL scene, right? Shout out Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. Salute to you, brother. The OG on deck, man. Salute. And we're gonna get into some kind of, raw details about the ATL dating scene. And it's a reason why I got this chick up here. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason. We're gonna get to her later. I heard a lot about dating in Atlanta, especially from the women talking about their experience. Trust plenty of men have many horror stories as well. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, Carlos. Appreciate you dropping that, man. You ain't lying, live. ATL 9798, playing basketball at ATL Metro, right the street from Club Nikki. Man, no, you didn't mention Club Nikki. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's my old stomping ground. $5 freaking lap dances. No, you didn't mention that. Samar One, what's good? Peace and blessing, blood. Salute WCS certified. Stamp the like button and support the grind. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Arnold Brown on deck. You know what I'm saying? Al Money on deck. I see you. Club Strawberry didn't open until 2 a.m. Tupac, Bone Thugs, Big Mike, and many more went through that club. Hey, let them know. So let me get back to the ATL dating scene, right? Like I said before, I'm one of them cats that grew up down here, and I enjoyed the scene. I came up out the strip club scene. Real talk. It wasn't one time that I came down here that I didn't go to the strip club. I had a set routine for the strip club. You know what I'm saying? If I had a female that I met down here, what I would do is, I let her know when I'm already here after I arrive. I never let them know when I was arriving, because that would take my time on leave to go enjoy myself, go to the strip club, and then I'm hanging out with her. And of course, ATL has changed, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as the clubs and the restaurants and just the overall population down here. But me, I wanted to highlight the way it used to be. It was amazing to come down here to the ATL and go to the club scene and date. It was absolutely amazing because we didn't have none of that that's going on now. It was that you walk up to a woman and you conversate, you know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself, go through all the formalities and all that shit. And it was just very a genuine type greeting session that you went through. And you run your game however you run it. I mean, you're talking about some women down here that had, they ran game too, but most of them were straight up women. It wasn't a lot of young chicks down here just acting crazy. It was more so like the old head clubs that they had wasn't really old heads. It was like, because I like hanging out in those type of clubs, but it still was a lot of young women that hung out there too. And when you asked to dance with them, you was absolutely talking to a woman. Real talk. But it got to a point where it finally dawned on me that things was changing. Now, granted, listen, I was all the way up in the D.C., Virginia area, North Carolina. I was all up in those areas, man. Enjoying myself with the club scene up there. They didn't have a larger scale nightlife than the ATL did, but it was different type of music that they rolled to. Like over in DC, DC was on that go-go music. You know what I'm saying? DC was on that freaking the reggaeton. They had different type of clubs up here. Even they strip clubs was different up in DC compared to ATL. Our strip clubs, man, like the cat mentioned about Club Nicky's, that was one of my pre-flight strip clubs. I never went into a strip club if it wasn't all the way new. You know what I'm saying? Also, you go there so much, you get used to the prices. Club Nicky used to be A nickel. You just play a nickel, $5. And you got girls all over the place. You got like 30 some girls to select. So you going up in there and shit, and it's easy. I'm saying it's easy to go in there and enjoy yourself. Like I said, you come in there, you already had your drinks with you. You come in there, your head right, and you start chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? And you get to meet these women. And some of them women was cool. You know what I'm saying? They was actually college students just trying to make extra money. I mean, I know because I dated some of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you. I did. But as a ATL began to grow, me being away from the military, I saw bits and pieces of the transition. It sucked too. This is when I found out there was something going on. So it was this nigga that chose to, deceive his wife, right? And, he was going through this process where he felt that he was liking men and women at the same time. And just so happened, this hit the ATL area when ATL was rocking out, with some of the best nightlife you can possibly happen. They put this stigma here on the down low and shit. And this was from a guy called John Henderson, allegedly. He said he struggled with the attraction to men and women. He was married, but yet he was still sleeping with men. Now, this is how I found out my city was freaking changing. When I came down here, I went to the club, and I was happy as hell to get back down to the city because it was spurts that I was overseas, and we ain't gonna talk about the overseas. That's not even a lie for that. This is just ATL, right? But the clubs overseas was way different than the clubs in the U.S. Real talk. But I took a little bit more time than usual because I usually drive down here to the A, and I couldn't wait to get down there, motherfucker. So I got there, ate, going through my routine. I'm saying, I get to the parking lot of the club. I say, something, what's going on with this month? Like, something ain't right. It usually be more people here. And then, that's where I found out that the club scene had changed the hours or whatever. So I still went up in the club. I was dressed to impress and everything. So I was talking to some females at the bar. I'm not a bar type person because to me, the females at the bar, they have a routine. They feel that if they hang out in a location where they actually are trying to get drinks, right, without paying for them, and they look halfway decent, what they do is go through so many conversations and greetings and hey, how you doing and all that shit. And I peeped game on that. It took me a little bit to figure out, okay, these women that's at the bar, all they are is ear and opportunity. For real, this ear and opportunity. You bend over, you whisper in their ear, they turn around and see how you look, and then they talk to you for a little bit, and then the drink shit come up. She done been there for several drinks already. You know what I'm saying? Several. And then when she get about 25, she's on the dance floor. But this woman asked me something when I came in there, man, and I was a little bit sober too. I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like fucked up because, the vibe was off. So I walked up on this female, this woman, and, I asked her what I asked her, did she want to dance? And we went out. Back then, we were still asking chicks, do you want to dance? You're real talk, because a lot of sisters, they didn't really want to go out on the dance floor like that. They would hang out and kick conversation with you. And then, you had some that'll go out there and really, give you a good time. And you might end up leaving with them. It all depends. But that don't mean the one that didn't want to go out there was a good girl. It's just she didn't know how to fuck the dance. She was too shy, So I remember having a conversation with this chick, and I say, "Is it me? I'm just okay, none." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Why they shut down the club so early? The vibe is off. Like, it's not packed up in here." She say, "Oh, it's just so many changes going down here in the ATL and everything." I say, "Oh, all right, damn." And then I heard, somebody got thrown through a glass window down here, and, it was too much Just think about this for a second. Just think about the clubs, right? Back then, not closing until the morning, and we didn't have no break-ins, y'all. It wasn't no motherfucking cars being broken in or nothing. Anyway, back to the club. I said, so when y'all leave the club, do you still go? Are they still going to eat? Do you want to go eat after the club or whatever? This is after we had danced or whatever. Cause I'm not trying to really hold the whole entire conversation that we had. And she said, "Let me ask you something." Cause she said, do you stay down here? Yeah, I usually don't tell my business like that. I say, yeah, I'm from here or whatever. And then she said, okay, what you do? What's your job exactly? Because I was clean shaven, right? I said, I'm in the military. I usually don't tell females in the military or nothing like that, but my haircut sometimes gave it away because I always cut my own hair before I headed back down to the city, and or cut it when I got down there. She said, I'm asking because I just want to know what you do. Do you like just women? And I kind of stepped back a little bit. She said, do you like just women? I said, why would you ask that though? I never had nobody ask me that in the ATL. She said, it's not that I'm looking at you and thinking you don't like women. It's that we have this thing that's going on down here with a down low situation, down low freaking stigma that's being placed on the city with men having sexual, interactions with other men. I say, what? See, I've been away. It was pockets that I was away from the city, right? I say, you serious? I say, look, I say, why would they want to do that? I said, it's too many of y'all down here. And she started laughing. I was like, this is just beyond any comprehension of mine that that's what y'all, you got to be, why? Because the HIV rate is picking up and all that. And you out here in the nightclub, you got to be aware of that. I was like, God damn. I say that kind of fucked me up for a minute. Like, I had to hit a family member up the next day. But she said, you don't give me those vibes. You know what I'm saying? On them like that. She said, you don't give me that energy that you like that. I say, fuck no, man. I'm not like that. I came here for you. I came here for, like I always do. And, we kicked it for a little bit. And she was kind of educating me about this dude called John Henderson that came out. And, they was giving him all this shine because he was married. But yet he was still attracted to men. I mean, he found out he was attracted to men. He was bisexual. So they put, from one man, that down low slang terminology came, and they placed that stigma on African Americans. They placed that shit on us, yo. So this shit ballooned and spiraled quickly to the point in the military where, somebody found out using ATL. That was the butt of the joke. People say, "Oh, you down there with them down low." Before that, it was motherfuckers want to ride with you down in the ATL. They go to the strip clubs and the nightlife. They say, "Man, let's go." Let's ride. I say, "Nigga, you gotta drive yourself," because I got my own agenda when I roll down there. I never took a car full of Marines, nobody with me to the city, but they was making jokes talking about, yeah, y'all don't know what you want down there, man or woman. This, I say, damn, nigga, they really believe in this shit based off one person, one motherfucking man, dog. And it really, the years went by that when I dropped back down in the city, it wasn't like I wasn't clubbing and a duty station I was at or going to other cities, right? But when I came back down to the city, I became optimistic about going to the nightlife like that. What I would do is just, I go to the strip club, and then you go to like a bar club. I mean, a restaurant bar type of deal where they have the dance floor there, but you didn't have to go out there. You can go there with a date or some food. They play live music. I kind of transition to live music and shit. I like to go places and take my girl to a live music and listen to some jazz. I kind of started doing away with the club because when I pulled up in there, you remember when I said it had gotten different because the clubs closed early? It had got even worse than that. Like you was going up and you barely even saw women in the club no more. Like it used to be, like I said, 20, 25 to 1. It was so many women up in there, man. Now you go up in there, you have to find a female detector up in that bitch. You have to walk up there and pull that shit out of your pocket, set it all up, extend it, goddamn make sure it's charged up all the way, and start checking. Them motherfuckers was in hiding. They was sitting down in the dark, having sips. I mean, it's just, look, it destroyed us, man. That down low shit came out down here, destroyed the ones that was actually heterosexual. It destroyed us. But there's still women that was down here to date. They just, you had to search high and low to find them. And the only way you could find them is if you went to events like games, if you went to the shopping mall. And that's really my transition on how, you start meeting women outside the club back then. You start going to the mall. The malls was jumping. Like, you went from the club scene, once they closed down at 2 o'clock or whatever the case may be, and they start emptying out. It wasn't too many females there. Then you go to the mall. So you get your fit, you get right, and you go to the mall. And I'm telling you, it was damn near a club scene in the mall. That's where you wanted to go. You come down here, you go to the mall, shit was booming. It was better than a club in my opinion, because you in daylight and you can see a female for what they were. And the good thing about back then was that women didn't wear all the weave or nothing like that. You saw a woman for her natural hair that she had, the way she looked with little to no makeup. And we didn't have all this social media shit, bro. We didn't have all the social media shit. So, you have to basically call up a chick via landline, local area network, get on the payphone, hit her up. Where you at? Yeah, we used to talk on a payphone. Or if you had a phone in your car that cost an incredible amount of money, you can call a landline from your car, let her know you was en route to pick her up. Social media was absent of social media was great. Pick her up, you go to the mall, you take your girl to the mall if you wanted to. Or you go there by yourself, man. There was so many women walking up and down this the strip of the mall, on different floors. You couldn't ask for anything else. You couldn't ask for anything else, man. Like, this shit was a culture shock. You hear people talking about culture shocks. ATL went through a culture shock, especially for me. It went through a culture shock being that people want to, sit up here and crack jokes as if these are actually people from ATL that are contributing to this type of epidemic. So as we know, as years went by, right, the mall scene was hot back then, and it started to go through another phase of transition. You're going down here to the A, and they have all these different type of clubs, man. You have all these freaking transplants that's down here and shit. And then you really start to see the identity, the visible of all the events they's putting down here, and all these dang the gays that's down here, the homosexuals and shit. All the plays that start to go down, all the hair shows, all the little radio stations that start to talk about the down low situation and how it changed Atlanta forever, to the point where you had more and more people moving down to Atlanta because it was affordable back then. So you have all these people moving down here. And sure enough, you're talking about, if you're catering to a community of people that's starting to grow, more and more of them going to come down here to Atlanta because they feel safe. You know what I'm saying? They feel safe. So they start coming down here, and once again, I'm still out this motherfucker. I'm dipping in and out. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Cali. This shit I ain't seeing in Cali now. I ain't seeing, but I decided to roll back to the A and pick up residence again. And I say, wow, shit is changed. I'm talking about crazy. I'm talking about going downtown and they have a whole block that has a rainbow square painted on the four corners of the intersection. And that block is a community that strictly houses gay couples and LGBT. And I would say, unbelievable. This shit is fucking wild. And then, I try to have conversations, telling conversation with people, and tell them that these are not the originals. You know what I'm saying? The originals that was down here in Atlanta, Georgia. The ones that down here, they'll tell you, we didn't see this type of activity down here. I only saw maybe one gay dude in my younger years. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't fuck with nobody. He was like, they just knew he was that dude. And you barely even saw him. And I had one in school. One dude that act like a female, had sisters and shit. He act like a female. But besides that, everybody was acting what they supposed to. The males was acting like their gender, and the female was performing the way they supposed to in their gender. But not anymore. They have whole communities down here. They have damn near majority of the places that you go, you have someone checking you out at the register, or something that is that way. You have you have this thing where people believe that you have to cater to them, those who are down here and holding down all these jobs. Like you might go to the club and the person that snaps your hand or something in a straight club might be gay. You know what I'm saying? It's not just I'm just saying they're gay. It's the way they dressed, different color hair, all that shit. This is ATL as we know it. You go to a restaurant, very nice restaurant you just go to. You're going to have somebody serving you. My son will tell you, man, when he was too young and he started to grow up, and I used to try to, drop game on him about where we was at now, because he's a Cali kid. I said, listen, this ATL is a bit different, and I want you to know some things about this, and this. And when we went to a freaking restaurant one time, we had this waitress. Obviously, it was a motherfucking dude. He came over there disguising his voice as if he was a female, had on all this lip gloss and makeup on and shit. So when he came in there and took our order, I said, son, were you paying attention? He said, I was looking at the menu. Yeah, and the waitress came up here and took our order. I said, you need to pay attention, son. That wasn't no waitress. That was a waiter. It sound like a female. I said, son, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That was a dude. So when he came back over there, he took our main order. My son was paying attention. Headlights on, high beams. I say, now you see what I'm talking about? I see it, Dad. I see it. That is a dude. I said, pay attention and listen to how he's talking to his employees, and he's going to sound like me. That's just the front that he's doing because they want to come off as being somebody they ain't. So he was over there waiting for the food, talking, and he was talking just like a dude to the females. When he came back over there and dropped our food off, he wanted to take on that freaking falsetto voice. And that is the shit you got to be concerned about. With the visual test and making sure your kids are aware of it. Now, per my title, Dating in the ATL, this is where it becomes extremely difficult right now for single cats down here. Basically what I told you from back then on the down low shit, that shit ain't went nowhere. Except it ain't the down low no more. You know what I'm saying? It's the get out and be recognized mo. You know what I'm saying? It's the get mo. It's not the download, it's the get mo. You know what I'm saying? They want you to see them more and more. It ain't no download shit. You got motherfuckers down here that sit up here and put themselves out there and let people know, hey, this is who I am. This is what I like. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, you have a preference. You got motherfuckers down here talking about they was born non-binary, and you got motherfuckers walking out here like you can't even tell if they was a male or female from birth. The tragic part of ATL is that our HIV rate is risen tremendously. We have more and more people that really wasn't original ATL residents. They are transplants. They have came down here from somewhere else. And we have a huge gay community down here that, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't mean you cannot exist down here. But you have doctors who have also improved their technical expertise, that they can basically create certain areas of a male to look like a female. What I mean by that, I'm talking about appearance. I can't go any further than that based off, just the education I know from online, right? So you have people down here coming to ATL in Florida, they's getting this surgery. And you have more and more flamboyant deception that's going on in the streets of the ATL. It makes it extremely difficult to go out here and date, because the women, for one, when they transferred over a portion of their identity to basically get weave and lace fronts and all that shit, that has exploded into dudes not walking around with the fade too much. The only one you see walking around with the fades is the butches and the dykes. But now you have the dudes that are wanting to take over the identity of a female, and they're using the lace fronts. Now you got the man units, the female units, all that shit. And they going to these appointments with people who are expertise in dressing these motherfuckers up to look and deceive people. So when you go meet a woman, you hear people give their gripes and complaints about nightmares about dating in the ATL. You hear some of these reality show women talking about, don't fuck with the men, all of them are fucking gay. That's not true. The ones she has fucked with are gay. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with them grimy niggas. And just because the nigga bringing in money, they want to say every nigga is gay because that shit didn't work out for them. But you have an identity, an entire identity of freaking men who are not trying to look like a woman, but who are looking like a woman. Back in the day when you got a ride, right? Whatever ride you had, nigga, if you was riding around and freaking hung the cord with a donut on it, but your windows were tinted, you were still good because motherfuckers didn't see you, right? But you remember, fellas, back in the day when we can kind of see the silhouette of a woman in a car, and you would say, damn, Shawty Shawty bad. It's like, man, try to holler at her, wait till the light, honk the horn. That's old school shit. She rolled down the window, and then either she looked what you thought she was or not. But she was a woman. Your guess was right. That's a freaking female right there. So y'all change conversation, whatever. Sometimes you get the number. Sometimes, you don't. Do that shit today. Do that shit today. I dare you. Come down here to the ATL and look through a tinted window. And just because you see a motherfucking hair dude that look like a female that's dressed to impress, headed out to the nightlife, and you're just like, she in that Land Rover, you know what I'm saying? She in the lack. She in the Beamer. And he's like, oh, man, oh, girl is, oh, my God. Go ahead and take that risk. Nigga, you will get your life changed at a heartbeat. You will be embarrassed. That motherfucker roll down that window and you see them cheekbones. You see the goddamn size of that forehead because they haven't went through the whole transition yet. Hey, dude, it's certain things you got to pay attention to down here. First of all, I'm gonna turn y'all on the game. First of all, you walk up on a woman, you see in the restaurant or whatever, and you talking about dating, you single, right? The first thing you should pay attention to, which is not always available, is their hands. Okay? Hands is everything. I got some big motherfucking hands, and so do a lot of other niggas that try to do females. They can take all the goddamn medication they want, but them knuckles, you know, them knuckles and shit, the motherfucking carpal that you have, okay, those don't change, but a lot of times they have them covered up, y'all. They sit up there like they're in a defensive position, and they think that shit's sexy. So they sit with their hands crossed so you can't really see their hands, right? They conceal their hands. And then next, of course, this is where the humor comes in a bit. You know, I tell a female, I say, it was fruits that I used to fuck with. I don't fuck with them in the A no more. And one is apples. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with apples no more. She said, what's wrong with apples? I said, it's just, you know, ATL, man. You know, I got to spend all that time if I'm out here looking for a straight up and down birth, authentic, 100% authentic female. I'm up here searching for Adam's apples and shit. And she just laughed. I said, it's very important. She said, you ain't lying. It is important. So you'll find out a lot of these motherfuckers that haven't really fully transitioned, they have some shit around their neck, just like you see the female in the picture. Okay? They have some freaking attire that's wrapped around their neck because they're trying to conceal the motherfucking apple. The apple is a must locate. You can't find the Adam's apple on a GPS, nigga. You have to goddamn use your eyes. And if you wear glasses, put your motherfucking glasses on and look. I don't care how goofy you look. Look for the apple. Real talk. Third of all, you need to, if you're dealing with a person that you can barely even freaking guess, you gotta have a conversation bit more, because this day and time, the motherfuckers down here that's looking like these females, I'm telling you, it's difficult to figure it out sometime. In conversation, of course. So you got to put yourself out there and try to find the tone of the voice, you know, because a lot of times these they'll slip up, they'll sit up here and they'll be having a conversation. And they can't hold that falsetto. They can't hold that fake ass motherfucking tone they trying to have with having a conversation. They can't hold it. And the reason why I know all this is that it's not that I've experienced it over and over again. It's that you hear this shit in front of you. You hear them talking to their people. You can be chilling somewhere and you can actually be talking with a female and she's like, nah, that's fake right there. A real female will tell you that's fake right there. So you get an education from a real woman that you out with and saying, you know, that female right there is fake. That's not her real voice. She's faking that. Because, you know, a woman can tell another woman. A woman can tell a man trying to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to go a step further. You want to check their facial structures, because sometimes you just don't get a good view on the cheekbones, right? I know I said check the Adam's apple, but most of the time they have, you know, a little small attire to conceal the Adam's apple, just like this female, you know, that's in the damn thumbnail. You check their cheekbones, you know, lip size and shit, because that's another thing. It's different. It's quite different now to determine lip size. All these motherfuckers are getting injections and getting surgery and shit. You check the size of their motherfucking forehead. You know, you gotta check. You gotta look in their eyes and see if a man can look in the eye of another man and see if that's a motherfucking man, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can see the nose, the motherfucking brow, the forehead size. You gotta take the risk. You don't have to do it up close, but you like, okay, this is what you gotta do down here, ATL. You have to go through a full-blown examination. I'm telling you, this shit is fucking bad, bro. These motherfuckers up here dressed like a female, it's bad. And they practice. You know, they practice on the voice. They practice and practice. So if you get in a conversation, I'm just saying you people that carry on conversations for a long period of time and you don't know that's a dude you speaking to. I mean, you get to a point, say straight up, like, If you can't tell that's a female or a male, just ask them what their line of work is. That's all. Ask them what their line of work is. Most of these motherfuckers are working in the medical department, beautician. Majority of the motherfuckers beautician. Oh, I fix hair. I'm in the medical field. You know what I'm saying? Most of them ain't gonna tell you they in school. That was the strippers. The strippers will tell you they're a student in school and shit. But you ain't finding these motherfuckers, in school like that. You can, but they are on a fucking budget down here in the A. It ain't cheap to live down here no more. But checking out their facial composition, their whole facial structure, all the points of concern, trying to locate that apple. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, according to the lighting of the restaurant, you can't see the motherfucking apple right there. They'll have that shit covering it, all that. Hand size, they keep their hands folded and shit, so you can't see that. You know what I'm saying? Then, check this out. If a motherfucker get up and walk away and go to the bathroom or whatever, and you look at the way they walk, sometimes you can determine it there. How can we determine that, fellas? Because one thing about medicine, they ain't gonna shrink them motherfucking planks that you got on your ankles. A motherfucker get up and they got size 13, 14 shoe on that bitch. No. I don't care what your motherfucking shoe look like. You go in there and they finally get up and they start marching off. You say, God damn, motherfucker got a big ass foot. That's another telltale sign that person was born a man. Because not all these females, you can tell the female athletes that's really playing the game, that's tall. You can tell. They female for real. You can tell. And they got big feet, but they tall. They usually like 6'5", 6'6". You can tell that's a fucking female. Then when the person come back, you just got to really pay attention. And then, of course, I just have to, flip the script and turn the page in different settings. You know what I'm saying? If you are in a mall setting, like that was more so a restaurant. In a restaurant, they have their most concealment. They feel that they can get more people, what's the word I'm looking for? They can gain your attention much more quicker in a dim lit setting because you don't see everything. So they're able to play the catfish game on your ass. They're able to get away with shit. The music playing, you can't really see the small intricate details. But when you go to a fucking mall or a store, then you can actually see for yourself. Because I'm going to tell you what you're going to see in the mall with these motherfuckers that's unturned and used to be a man. Most of the time, you're going to see them walking with other females. Okay? That's the game down here. This the motherfucking hustle in the A. You see these cats walking with other females. And with a much lighter setting, if you look at them and they look at you, you can tell that's a dude, right? For the ones that haven't quite got the makeup shit done. It's difficult. It stages this shit. You can tell that's a motherfucking dude. Some that you walk by, you look at them with the lace front and all the baby hair that's laid down and shit, all the lip gloss on, you can't tell. And that's where the dangerous part of this game has changed in down south ATL. The medical shit has gotten so clean that you have people going through transitions and learning how to apply makeup. They know how to apply makeup that makes them look unnoticeable when it comes to them born a man and walking around here pretending to be a freaking female. If you see them in the mall, majority of them are walking with a group of females. And the females, they are all glammed up the same. And they go around here running that hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I'm going to show you something else. This is what I'm talking about. If you're on deck, hit the like button, man. I'm about to get to the chat again. I'm about to show you these pictures right here and what I'm talking about. On how the makeup scene has changed the game But the deception down here in the ATL, we have a huge business of beauticians and hair salons. I mean, they're all over ATL, all over. And you can go in there and get anything you want. You have men down here that can go up here, they missing their hair. They can go up here and get a whole man unit. Come up out that bitch fresh, y'all. I'm talking about super, super, uber fresh. You went in that motherfucker looking like George Jefferson and came out looking like Johnny Jefferson. It looked like you were corporate, all that shit. So let me bring up these pictures once again. This is a different point I'm trying to make, but I just want to give you an idea on the side of women, on how they're basically in the same field as the men. All right. This is more so dealing with a two-sided coin when it comes to deception. ATL is one of the most horrendous place for heterosexual men to date. That means the deception of these men that's looking like women, these motherfucking straight men pretending that they all about women, but they dipping on the other side, the men. And then you have the women that's trying to say it's okay. Oh, I can deal with it. I can win you over and get you back over here on the pussy. No, that's not the way you go. Once you find out a nigga's on that side, you leave them there. But the ATL is such a freaking it's like a wastebasket, bro. Like, I don't want to call human beings trash, but it's like a wastebasket when it comes to dating. Like, you got the women that's going up here and getting this same motherfucking makeover as the fellas. They're both getting made over to deceive. The men are being made over to look like women, and the women are being made over to look like something they ain't. It's terrible, dog. I'm about to show you a video right quick. All right? And I want to get y'all honest opinion on what you're watching. Now, the reason why I took this video right here of this female, because you're looking at this, right? And you're saying to yourself, damn, you know, shawty, you know, her eyebrows, that's another thing. Look at the eyebrows. You know, they got the marker going on, they shaped, you know, got the good hair, so to speak. I kind of cropped the picture a little bit, you know, just to kind of narrow it down. But, you know, I want you to hear what she has to say. All right? I want you to hear what she has to say and make your determination. You know, because one thing about she, you can remove the S real quick and that she becomes the motherfucking he. Say one more again, shouty. So listen to this listen to her talk about dating down here in the ATL, y'all.
I'm just so done with the Atlanta scene. Like, I'm not even going to say America, because I'm not even going to cancel out America like that, but just Atlanta in general. Like, I don't know if it's just everybody from Atlanta thinks that they're a fucking celebrity, but you're not. Everyone just stands around and doesn't do anything. And I know it's only Atlanta because I've been to other places in America besides Atlanta. But like in New York, people are dancing. In Italy, people are dancing. Why does no one in Atlanta like dance? Like, why does everyone just stand around and try to show off the like that they got the biggest chain there, or they got this piece of clothing and this whatever? It's like, nobody cares. Just have some fucking fun. Just have fun. And just, y'all are not as cool as you think you are. Whatsoever. Really, if you are cool right now in Atlanta, I promise you, in 2 years, you're not gonna be shit. Boy, oh boy, do I want to move out of here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. I mean, I'm surprised since you've been down here, you haven't tried to, try out for the WNBA because he got some big hands, don't he? Look, this is what we're talking about down here. I would definitely like this person to have a conversation for real on live, of course, because this is deception I'm talking about. She got that around her neck, his neck, got big ass fucking paws, hair laid back, made up. You know what I'm saying? She's up here talking about the dating scene and everybody's chained. That ain't it. It's the fact that you're trying to go around here and you have heterosexual dudes looking at you like you on this frame right here, and they say, "Oh, that's a cute. She cute." I don't know what the rest of your body look like, but I can tell you don't have a lick of cleavage. Your chest look like a Laffy Taffy. I don't see no goddamn bubble in that joint. And then I look at your hands, I say, shit, she can palm a basketball. And she up here talking about, oh, well, I guarantee you in 2 years. No, you don't deceive people. You've deceived a lot of people. Take off the neck piece so we can see the apple tree. Why come up here and it look like you in a lower class apartment, but you got a motherfucking fake ass chinchilla on. You dressed up, got your hair done, look like you just came from Captain D's, and you're trying to tell somebody, oh, they think because they got a big chain. No, it ain't the fact that they have a big chain. It's the fact that you're bringing up something that has nothing to do with the effing problem here in the ATL. You're bringing up situations that you have been a part of where niggas has tried to roll up on you and kick game to you, run game because they think you're a female, and you up here deceiving motherfuckers. She introduced herself as Juliana, but she ended up being Julio. That's deception, man. That is freaking deception. You have these small face motherfuckers, these little skinny frail that start off early in their life with trying to be feminine, and they grow up, and it's easy for them to put on makeup and shit and look like a fucking female. And they walk up in clubs and you dim lit and they can't see, and all they looking at is your face. Oh man, shawty cute. And she ain't with nobody. It's a reason. It's a reason. Because she's telling you, my name is Juliana. This is my first time. All these motherfuckers, this is their first time in the club. Oh, this is my first time in the club. I haven't really been around the city and all that. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for somebody to take me around. No, you haven't. You've been around the city. People know who you are. You just, once you destroy one spot, you try to find another spot so you can get a fresh start. Did you see the hands on that? Did you see the paws? The PALs. Did you see the paws on this female? Let me run that. Let me run that back again so y'all can pay close attention. Okay? Look at the paws. She can dunk a basketball, y'all. Look, if he stands up, he probably like 6'3", goddammit. Sebastian Fundora looking nigga. And he up here dressed like that with the hair down and shit with some big ass motherfucking hands. Look at this shit again. Look at how big her hands is.
I'm just so done with the Atlanta scene. Like, I'm not even going to say America because I'm not even going to cancel out America like that. But just Atlanta in general. Like, I don't know if it's just everybody from Atlanta thinks that they're a fucking celebrity, but you're not. Everyone just stands around and doesn't do anything. And I know it's only Atlanta because I've been to other places in America besides Atlanta. But like in New York, people are dancing. In Italy, people are dancing. Why?
Yeah, people stop dancing when you walk up in New York because they feel that you are attractive. They see you for the outer layer, the aesthetics that they think you are. They think you're a female right off the rip. But when you go on camera and you dressed up like you stay in a freaking penthouse suite, one thing you forgot one golden rule. When you're in the club and you walk in there, you should have had your hands concealed, and maybe, just maybe, Scotty would have said, I can't tell. It's difficult for me to tell what this is, But since you love talking with your hands and you want to eat that Captain D's, I say, God damn, she should be a pole vaulter. I'm talking about her hands so big she can go bear hunting, grab that motherfucker by the throat, and damn choke his ass out, bro. Real talk. Like she got some big ass hands, some lumberjack hands. And I keep saying she or he, so I won't disrespect the community. But he, you should have stuck to what you know better. You felt that you can get in front of a camera and you look the way you do and you can talk with your hands like that motherfucking lens wasn't going to magnify that shit. You got some big paws on you, man. Real talk. Like you can dust off the tip of your shoe without any freaking bending down. You can just put that motherfucking for real. They wouldn't let you participate in BJJ or jujitsu tournaments. Hell no. Because you can wrap your whole motherfucking hand around their neck and that shit overlap in the back. They say, no, that's not legal, ma'am. I mean, sir. I mean, ma'am. We just don't know whether that's not legal, what you're doing. That's called a 360 choke. We've never seen it before, but since your hands are so big, we have to disqualify you. For real. And the straight women have adopted the makeup style of the fake ones. Okay, I'm glad MD Mills on deck. Salute to you. He said, women have adopted the makeup style of the fake ones, which adds to the confusion. Okay, that's why I had to say they are a contributor. They are absolutely a contributor to the horrific dating scene down here in Atlanta. Because you have females who can get pieces, MD. They can get pieces and make themselves look like they're not. Like you lay down, let's just say you kind of fucked up than usual. You know what I'm saying? You don't sit up here and you ate the makeup sitting right. And you saying to yourself, I know this a female for sure. I know it. You wake up in the morning, it's over. But check this out. Check this out, y'all. I want to show you one more before I get back to the homosexual part of ATL and how it's pretty much taken over what people believe of us. Like it has a canopy over the city, and there's some straight females is down here, but like they have huge areas downtown that cater strictly to them. We never had that as heterosexuals. We never had huge areas. We were considered regular civilians. Now they have communities that they will freaking go from one sidewalk to the next with a rainbow paint. Seriously. But peep this out right here. This is another part of the deception that the women are guilty of. Okay. Let me take this down, and I'm going to get back to the chat. I'm going to get back to the chat for sure. I just got to get through this, right? So let's take a peek at this right quick. Okay, so you're looking at these women, and you're saying to yourself, in my sobriety state, I'm talking about no alcohol, no aspirin, no freaking sleep aid, you know what I'm saying? No melatonin. No liquor, no weed. In my sobriety state, I see this up in the restaurant. I see this up in the mall, the club. I see this on the roadway. I see this in the local Whole Foods store, Walmart, Target. I'm saying to myself, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no reason for me to sacrifice myself like this. And then the fellas end up seeing me out and be like, hey man, hey WCS, hey, how you doing, man? You on the? Yeah, I'm on the move, man. I'm trying to make an appointment. Yeah, I bet, nigga, you trying to make an appointment. You trying to hurry up and get back in the car with that shit. Okay, all right. Your ass be trying to goddamn move the fuck on, but somebody catch you out there. So you look at A, B, C, D. All these samples It's not what I would consider even in passing by, right? I want to get past it. Boom. I give you the second one, and this is what they look like with makeup on. You know what I'm saying? Eh, ah, you know, you know what I'm saying? You have to think about that. But I'm just saying that's part of the deception. That's part of the deception. But getting back to him, in the ATL community, no matter where you go, you're going to run into some of them. So let me try to help the ones that's not a frequent visitor down here. What's going to happen? So you go down here and you say, man, let me go up to Lenox Mall. Let me go up to Lenox Mall, and that's where they say it's supposed to be, you know, a lot of foot traffic, a lot of celebs and shit like that. You go up to Lenox Mall on the right day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever, depending on where it's at, because it's been some crazy shit that's going on. And you see a group of individuals. Let's start off with the ones who look male, but you have quickly determined they're wearing heels, jeans, sleeveless tops, whatever the case may be. It's straight up. And now these dudes can be like 5'3", or they can be 6'20". You know what I'm saying? They can be 6'20", goddammit. They don't discriminate when they no. You see the motherfuckers in the mall and they walking. If your dumb ass choose to look and make eye contact with them, they're gonna make sure they give you what you're looking for. Especially if they want to make you feel uncomfortable. They feel that you might be a heterosexual man. If your dumb ass choose to go up here and be curious, and you want to eyeball this shit out, man, cuz, hey, man, I'm straight, man. I know what I'm doing, man. I looked that nigga up, and you ain't gonna win, nigga. Because most of them are with 3 or 4, 5 other motherfuckers just like them, right? And they are absolutely up to show out. If you can give them one time to show out, they will enjoy that shit, especially if they feel that you are a straight man that's trying to make them feel uncomfortable, or you just being a little bit nosy. They will set you straight and make a scene. They real good about making scenes, bro. Real talk. They real good about making scenes. And then you get the ones that I said earlier that look like females, be walking with other females, right? And you might look over there, it's like, damn, that's a pack of females. Why are they walking together? If you have to ask yourself, that's a pack of females, why are they walking together like that? I can look, the one that's always the Decepticon will majority of the time be close enough to the center of the mall that you're going to. Like, you know how they say walk on the right side of the street in the traffic, right? They will be always the ones that's walking out where traffic's supposed to be, where people are walking back and forth. You know, if you're on the right side, you know, walking up or whatever, you're next to the stores. No. The ones that want to be seen, they're gonna be on the outside, so they can catch a nigga like you looking at them and think all them that's in the group are females. That's what they want. They're never going to be on the inside. They're going to be on the outside. They're going to be on the outside, y'all. That's the game they run. That's the hustle that they run down here. They always want to be seen, because to them, it's a dangerous game down here, man. It's a dangerous game, not only from the males, but from the females too. But more so the males that choose to, you know how the download situation was here, and they was trying to say, okay, I don't want to come out the closet. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But now, them niggas motherfucking jumping off the platform. They bungee jumping out the closet on your ass. They don't care about that shit. They so far out the closet that you can't even tell they was ever in that motherfucker. That's how it is in the ATL. They so far out, and they want their shit to be seen, and they want people to hear their voice, and they want you to know who they are. Even they got all the makeup. They want to deceive. They want to be the Decepticon, the best Decepticon. I know they came out with a show called Catfish. No. This is much more terrible than Catfish, y'all. We're past the Catfish now. The catfish is that you might be online and you up here typing, and it still goes on, but that shit has since been degraded, demoted. You go up here and you say, "Oh, can we meet?" And you go up there, and it's somebody that you totally opposite of the people. No. The Decepticon is meeting somebody in person. You meet somebody online, you meet them in person. Seeing them online and they look like something that you thought, okay, so-and-so's a female. I see it, they look so. That ain't enough down here in the ATL. You meet up with that person, game number one. This is not a rule, because you need to learn how to run game too. Especially you niggas that don't understand how detrimental this shit is. If you meet a so-called female online, they in the ATL, and they say meet you at this spot right here, you better check the surrounding areas and make sure it's not close to one of those communities, first of all. Because if it is, more than likely the restaurant that he wants you to meet in has his friends there too that's working. Yes, and they don't know. They don't know how bad it's going to fuck you up. They think it's a fucking game, y'all. They don't know how bad it's going to fuck you up. But they're running game. They would tell you to come to a restaurant. They have their friends working there, and they come in there. You think you with a female, and their friends are coming in there helping you, and they act in a certain way. Say, what's going on with that? Why this and that? Oh, I met them before. They're just so funny. Don't worry about it. So tell me a little bit about yourself. No, you tell me about yourself. Where your birth certificate at? You so fun. Driver's license, please. You can't even trust a driver's license no more, man. A childhood picture, please. Do you have anything to validate what you were in kindergarten? Do you have anything with barrettes in your head? Anything, goddammit. I need verification. They will run game on you, bro. If they tell you to meet them at a spot, you better never in your life tell them what you got on. Ever. What should I see you in? What color? What color shirt? What are you gonna be driving? What shirt? You better always lie. That God will forgive you. God will forgive you, because you don't know what you about to get yourself into in the ATL, bro. If you're new to this game down here, don't walk your ass around here goofy as hell, thinking, oh man, I've been waiting to get a hold of this night. If you're supposed to meet somebody that you met online, and they tell you check the community around you, and then if they want to know what you got on, tell them the total opposite of what you got on. You know what I'm saying? If you say you have a yellow shirt, which they like, oh right, good. Man, you better have on a motherfucking dark black shirt, goddammit. Move in silence. Move in covert ops. Cover and concealment. You better be able to walk up to that person and they shouldn't be able to recognize you unless you done been the fool and turn on the camera and shit. Game number 3. If you down here in the ATL and you up here doing this camera shit all the time, and you the only one that's being truthful, hey, this is where I look. A nigga up in a white beater and being on camera, and that person got filters on and shit. They got hair weave on. You still can be deceived, fellas. Man, these females ain't playing with y'all. If they sitting up there talking to you and they look like a female and shit, and you can't see their shoulder down, and you try to be acting like, show me a little bit, get up, whatever. Hey, bro, if they don't want to do it, that's a red flag right there. Get your ass on. But these niggas are goofy. They don't want to take the red flags for the color that they are. They don't want to take them the color they are. Social media, game number 4, social media. If you ask them about their social media and you go on their IG and all they have is filtered pictures, That is a red flag right there, bro. If their IG account has only like 5 to 10 pictures on it, and all of them are extremely made up, and all you see is shoulder up, it's a him. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. It's a him. Because even if a female that's catfishing, that she's much more unattractive than the picture she's putting out, and she has an IG account with all filtered pictures, but she has a lot of them. And every now and then you might catch a picture where, she's out doing girly shit or whatever, and she don't have the makeup and the filter on. Then you can say, okay, that look like a female. You know what I'm saying? She got a full body pic. You can say, okay, that looks like a female. But, dot, dot. That don't fucking matter no more, dog. I got to give a shout out to Blu-ray, man. Blu-ray did doing these live streams. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's good you speaking out about this shit, because that's not, I don't do it. I'm in the ATL. I don't really do it that often. I see it. I see other conversations, shit going on social media about this shit. But shout out to him for basically being vocal about the deception, telling females exactly that, yeah, men should have preferences, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Heterosexual men should have preferences to want what they want. We don't have to conform just off the goddamn popularity, vote out this bitch. No, man. If we want to embrace the beauty of a woman, then we should be able to do that shit comfortably without being chastised and acting like it's an abnormal event. Feeling good about seeing a woman, ain't shit abnormal about that. Now, of course, like I said before, if they're a Decepticon, then you have all the reason to be upset. Let me get back to the chat right quick. Tobio is bullshit. Toby said, "Be like Crocodile Dundee, grab his nuts." Hey, you ain't lying, dog. Hey, that's a quick way to get locked up down this motherfucker, dog. Real talk. That's a quick way to get your ass locked up and jumped on out this motherfucker. I haven't even got to that yet. He said, "I'm just gonna stay in Atlanta ATL last place I visit." I'm just saying, like, if you got your girl, it's a good place to live. It's Georgia now. You gotta understand, the ATL is the city. But you talking about Georgia? It's a lot more of the shit to do in GA. I'm just giving you the breakdown. Shout out Bruce Gaz, Boxing Jazz some more. What's good with OG? How you feeling? Y'all over here talking about boxing, man. And I'm trying to give y'all the breakdown of a geographical location that you might stop through when you're on your way somewhere. Just so you won't be a casualty of motherfucking science up in this bitch. I'm trying to turn some game. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all some shit. I don't want you to be a casualty of science and biology, bro. The shit has went through the roof out here. Y'all need to understand that shit. We know the bullshit. I have seen them many times, and they just have to know what to look out for. Yeah, you definitely got to know what to look out for, and be patient. You know what I'm saying? If you look, I've been around cats who, time they get alcohol in their system, they will see a female and they try to run the same game all the time, and it requires them getting close to a female, being overly touchy, believe that they Rico Suave. And they go up there and lean in and get all close and buy drinks. And then, find out they get their motherfucking life shattered. They can run 100-meter in less than 10 seconds. Then there's a good chance that's a man. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Dressed in the trap house. Hey, man, South, man. I'm telling you, look at them feet. Man, them motherfuckers together, you combine the shoe size, that shit is a 26. Uh-uh. They win 13, 14? Come on, man. Uh-uh. No. Ask them what their shoe size is, man. Ask them what their shoe size is. Because some of them are very used to saying the same, their regular shoe size is. Because they know. Even when they trying to be a woman, shoe size, they'll tell you, oh, well, 14. I wear 14. No, nigga. Gotcha, nigga. You said, get back to that voice you had. I heard it come out. No, fuck that, man. I'm gonna leave. I'm out. Fuck that. You out here trying to run game on the motherfucker. No, I'm really thought. I am really who you thought I. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. But like I was saying about Blu-ray, man. Shout out to you for doing those live streams about checking women and the shit that we have to deal with on a regular basis. That's real shit, man. I think it's a good deal. Outside of talking boxing all the time to speak about that shit. Some of his shit be hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. It's good shit to talk about when, you got like the Kevin Samuels and everything. Educated brothers is out here representing brothers who like women straight up and down like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to sit up here and step on eggshells and tell me, oh, you're offending people. That's offensive. What about me? I feel offended too. I feel offended when I say I'm from ATL and people believe that I'm wrapped up in the goddamn box of Skittles and shit. I want a motherfucker to say, hey, man, this is what they used to say. Man, there's a lot of women down in the ATL. They don't say that shit no more. You know what they say? I know it's women down there, but I don't know if they was born a woman. I can't find them. You know what I'm saying? He said, born boy, do I want to? That wasn't a slur. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Sticker Boys. You know what I'm saying? See, the ones that be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Why would you say that? Oh, you trying to say, oh, just because you're a female and you talking. Look at the shoulder width of this cat that's in the thumbnail. Look at his hand size. Look at the absence of cleavage. Look at how he has the neck attire, on. Look how he's trying to basically deceive people because of his lack of jawbones and shit. Because he's been a feminine nigga for a long time. It was easy for him to transition into putting on a coat and a dress and going in there and people looking at their chest like, huh, nigga, something ain't right. You don't have no, why your chest look like that? You got on all this makeup. Oh, and then again, you got to look at it like this. When she walk into a motherfucking building, club or whatever, she probably got that coat all the way closed. So only thing they see is her face. And then they find out it's his face. Seriously. She probably a car mechanic or a plumber during the day. Decepticons, unite. We're here in ATL to take over. They're building up another community just for us. But we need 20 more quotas. Are you ready? Decepticons 2024. New and improved. Man, that's the Decepticons, boy. My girl don't wear no makeup, straight witchcraft. Hey, I would rather a female that I see her the way that she look, plain. I mean, straight up, I like natural. I told plenty of females this. If I can't kiss you right when I want to kiss you and you say, you want to give me pecks and shit all the time, I can't deal with that. You got on all that fucking lipstick, put some lip gloss on. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker want to be affectionate with you, he can't kiss you because you got on layers of makeup, that shit ain't sexy. That actually affects the relationship. Because if a man want to show his affection for his girl, but yet you want just a kiss on the cheek and shit, and you trying to look, man, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that right there. No way. If you ever look twice or think you need to, swipe left. Listen, I disagree with you, South. I disagree. You have to look twice because I look twice at females. Real talk. If I approach them from the front and I say, "Damn, shot, okay," and then when they pass, I might turn around and look. I'm talking about a female now. You should look twice at a female. That don't mean that you're looking twice and it's a motherfucking him. No, bro. I don't know where you been at, what city you was raised, but these motherfuckers, they got the clothes now. They putting on some shit for your ass, and you see them walking like, damn. You have to do a double take. He said ambition. Yeah, bring your ass down here to the ATL with some ambition to say, man, I'm going to start off new. I'm going to start my podcast. I'm going to talk about dating. You go right ahead and talk about it. See, Kevin Samuels, he made that shit look easy. You know what I'm saying? And look, you imagine this, how he had women on his show. You couldn't run that game on Kevin Samuels. Motherfucker, a man trying to come up there and pretend to be a freaking female? No, you couldn't run that game on Kevin. You can't do it. Texas Atlanta has his reputation for a little over 5 years now, to be honest. I thought people was just, hey, a little over 5 years. What? Man, I don't know where you from, bro. Man, that stigma, that stamp has been placed on the city for over, man, we're talking about from 2003 to late 90s. 5 years. Hey, they got whole communities down here that's been here for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? They got whole communities, bro. Shout out to Certified Player on Deck, man. What's good? It ain't no statistics down here. Man, they put that down low shit from that guy who finally came out, and Oprah even had him on, and he came out, and he was one dude, and talk about how he was attracted to this, that, and the other, and they placed all the ATL, man. They start saying, oh, they got the down low niggas down there, the down low. And then the ones that wasn't down low, they came up here and they wanted the clout too. They was just straight up gay, trying to look like a fucking man. So they was up here, they wanted the clout too. So now they start having these little meetings and seminars and shit like, man, let me put it out there again for y'all. ATL has a very high HIV rate. Be careful. It's not from intravenous use either. Be careful. Be careful. Don't look at all these commercials that they sell. You can take medication, and don't take it lightly. You better ask the questions even if it'll offend them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say go do what Toby. Toby must have some money in the account for a retainer fee. Don't go up here and do what Toby said, because you will find yourself locked up. Yeah, goddamn, extend, grab, pull. No. If you follow Toby, you're gonna have to find out what his contact information so he can hit you on the Cash App for bond money. You know what I'm saying? I get to drink at the actual bar. Any females at the bar, they're going to. I gotta understand, I am dealing with some younger generation in here. When I mentioned bar back in the day, you know what I'm saying, most of the females that was too lazy to go on the dance floor, they just wanted to come for attention and company. They was at the bar. That's where they felt that they can get the most attention. You know, cats go to the bar this day and time to eat a whole fucking meal. You know what I'm saying? To goddamn get stupid drunk. And the only people that's really going to the bar is not women this day and time. It's dudes. It's according to when you get to the restaurant. It's mostly dudes at the bar. Can I get a beer? A Bud Light draft. Yeah. Y'all dudes go there, order entire meal, appetizer, meal, looking at sports. Females all up in that motherfucker. And y'all up there. Man, the game is good. Wow. The game is absolutely, man. Come on, man. The females are sitting over there. You might find some females, two or three to a table. Once again, you in the ATL. All you got to do is go speak to all of them. You'll be able to, if you on that type of time, just go speak. Hey, how y'all ladies doing? However you want to do it. Everybody game is different. Some of you don't have game. You just go over there and you say some off the wall shit. And you get what you're looking for. Hey man, leave us alone. What? Damn, what the fuck? Why you do that shit? Get the fuck on, man. Decepticon? I gotta take them swimming on the first. Man, y'all are on some shit, dog. Jessica said you gotta take them swimming. Hey, Jessica, I got a question for you. Real talk. I got a question for you. What if it's cold temperatures like we've been experiencing as of recent? How in the MFing we gonna take them swimming on the first date, dog? Do y'all think about what y'all saying? How are you taking them swimming unless you want to go and to your local gym that you're going to, and you walk up in there with him and want to go into the indoor pool? Now, I'm gonna tell you, you might be able to get away with it down here in the A now. So that might not work. It's funny as hell, but they may not work. Down here in the A, motherfucker go swimming. The only one that's gonna really look the worst is you. Everybody else, they gonna say, "Oh, wow, that's amazing. They must be a new couple, newlyweds. Y'all must be, just getting to know one another." Because the look on his face says it all. I mean, damn. That shit was funny, though. Take him swimming on the first day, man. That's funny. I ain't gonna lie. That's funny, bro. Men and women hands are different. We should not have the same ring size, of course. And Concourse, that's what I was saying earlier about checking out the hands. But if you go in a restaurant, especially, not so much in a mall, but you go in a restaurant, and you're gonna have hands that's tucked on the armpit. That's just the regular general shit. Like, you'll get some fuck niggas on here that'll say, why WCS is doing a live on this because he's in ATL. And then, them niggas can say what they want. But they won't ever come down here to the ATL and try to go out into the nightlife and see who can do what. I'm not here for that company. I did that already. You know what I'm saying? Women are out there. It's easy for a man to recognize a woman if he's not a fuckboy. You know what I'm saying? But you'll get cats on here every time they mention women. They got something negative to say about them. Not every woman has experienced your episode or your moment or your situation. But they'll sit up here and they'll say they saw a woman and the bitch looked like this and she was. Those are the ones that I'm talking about down in ATL that fits right in. Those are the ones that's about their lifestyle. Real talk. All these guys that never have anything good to say about a woman, how are you going to maintain a relationship? They belong right here in the ATL. This is where their community's at. Real talk. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. They don't have nothing good to say about a woman. They want to call them fat. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about their features. They want to say all that other bullshit about women. But they can't tell you one woman that they've looked at and she had that shape, that that Coke bottle, that bubble. This day and time, women are getting these freaking BBLs, and some of them don't fit the body shape, and they look goofy as hell. But to them, they're filling out their pants. They don't see it. Real talk. They don't see it. They're getting the BBLs from Miami, Atlanta, all that shit. And they take them bandages off, they heal up, and all they want to do is throw on some tight jeans. And I'm talking about white women too now. White women too. It don't discriminate. It ain't just the sisters. Man, we got everybody down here. Don't let it fool you. Them hymns, they probably doing the same thing. If a transformer ever came up on me like that, It would go from fine to crime quick. keep my blade sharp and antennas on at all times. Sid, let me tell you this about that. Mostly, if you're not in that type of environment to get that type of attention, they ain't gonna do shit. If you see them out where, you know what I'm saying, you just out in an average place shopping or, you know, just doing window shopping or just in a restaurant, you ain't gonna get that type of aggressiveness. Fuck no. Now, if it's your server or something, you might get some flamboyant shit because you're guaranteed to have somebody serve you up and do too much. You know what I'm saying? Shaking of the head, the finger, and goddamn talking and shit. That's just normal shit down here in the A. But if you're a grown ass man and heterosexual and you know who you are as a person, you shouldn't emote on demand just because that pull up. You gotta be cool, calm, collective. If a motherfucker try to cross the line, then that's when you let them know what you talk. You know, that's when you talk about I'm on that type of time. You know, get the fuck away from me. Cause I don't like the uncomfortable shit. You know, we can't go over here. We got females that'll try to say, oh, they looking for this man, that man, and this man. And then they get on here, oh, they turning down all these niggas. But yet, they up here talking about, oh, men down here are gay. No, it's just the type of man that you're used to being around. And you want to bring everybody down with it because you have poor relationships. Hand, neck, and voice are giveaways. Check ranges and voices are easy. Check too because transforms will malfunction in range. That's hilarious, man. He said, goddamn transformers will malfunction in the range. You ain't lying, dog. He ain't lying, dog. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know what I'm saying? You got to check the hands and neck. And you see right here, he has that neck wrapped up tight. He has that neck wrapped up tight, y'all. This is the last time I'm showing this video. But I want y'all to see how deceptive this shit has gotten.
I'm just so done with the Atlanta scene. Like, I'm not even going to say America because I'm not even going to cancel out America like that. But just Atlanta in general. Like, I don't know if it's just everybody from Atlanta thinks that they're a fucking celebrity, but you're not. Everyone just stands around and doesn't do anything. And I know it's only Atlanta because I've been to other places in America besides Atlanta. But like in New York, people are dancing. In Italy, people are dancing. Why does no one in Atlanta like dance? Like, why does everyone just stand around and try to show off the like that they got the biggest chain there, or they got this piece of clothing and this whatever? It's like nobody cares. Just have some fucking fun. Just have fun. And just y'all are not as cool as you think you are. Whatsoever. Really, if you are cool right now in Atlanta, I promise you, in 2 years, you're not gonna be shit. Boy, oh boy, do I want to move out of here.
I bet you do. I bet you do want to move him because you go up there looking the way you do. And you sit up there and trying to explain to people, it's okay. No, nobody want to hear that shit. If they was looking for a female and you out here a Decepticon, you should step away and apologize. Because you're giving off the wrong air that as big as your hands is, you trying to convince that person that that's normal. Why every time I see you got a freaking band around your neck? It's cold out here. No, this is summertime. It's still a breeze when we go in here, the AC. The air conditioning unit is different everywhere, yeah. She's trying to talk about what goes on down in Atlanta and nobody dances. Don't nobody want to dance a song with you. And the song ends. And you attempt to try to go get a drink. Because that's usually the conversation. Oh, I'm thirsty. Yeah, you are thirsty. You go get a drink. And then they get a drink in them and get a little bit too relaxed. And just like Sid said, Them Decepticons, they goddamn voice malfunction in range. Motherfucker get that alcohol in there and they shit start to malfunction, dog. And that goddamn bass come out that shit. You say, you know what? That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought, sir. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take too much time. It's been like an hour and a half, but you know, all I'm saying is, if you ever think to come down here, be very careful, cause HIV ain't nothing to play with. HIV ain't nothing to play with, bro. Real talk. That's a package you ain't trying to get. I don't give a damn what medication you talking about. You know, being deceived, people commit suicide being deceived online and thinking they messing with a female and it's a male. And then you got dudes that's not being honest with females. You know, you got dudes that look like a dude trying to talk to females, but yet they up here involved and they bisexual and they are here living this double life. That's fucking up. Well, that's fucked up the ATL. That's fucked us up. Real talk, that's fucked us up. This is not the city that I grew up in. There's nothing I can do about it except navigate accordingly, be aware and careful of you know, being single out here and stuff like this. But I've been around so long in this shit. I know. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas sit up here and get mad at seeing a person that's gay, but yet they the ones that sit up there and eyeball the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Why put yourself in that line of fire, man? Don't even make eye contact with the motherfuckers. Leave them alone. Leave them alone, man. There's nothing wrong with a man being infatuated with a woman. I remember when I mentioned a female on here, I was talking about a female. I remember saying, you don't disrespect her. You know, you have these weak beta niggas that say don't disrespect a female because they have that kissing. Them the same ones that be playing that secondary role in the household too, y'all. There's nothing wrong with you know, being that alpha, being that sigma, you know what I'm saying? And having love for God's creation. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, every one of God's creation is not going to be the so-called stamp of approval that you like. But you have to take your time with that shit, bro. Times has changed. Social media is deceptive. You have a lot of Decepticons out here, Transformers, all that shit. You have them out here in life, and it goes for the men and the women. But when you have these motherfucking men that's living double lives and spreading HIV, that's deadly. That's deadly, man. That shit is deadly. I'm being honest. That shit is deadly, bro. That is nothing to play with. I don't know if you saw that video of this dude. It was a brother who met this female and they was dating. And he was up there, you know, basically having unprotected sex. And the female was the one who was doing the live stream and had his picture up there. And she had the damn thread, the communication thread, the text thread. And she texted him and said, I need to talk to you. You know, the usual, I need to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. She said, I went to the doctor or whatever. And for whatever reason, she had to go to the doctor and found out she was HIV positive. And then she asked him, you know, are you HIV positive or not? And he said, he kept on basically getting, you know, avoiding the answer. It wasn't like he was scared. He was just out here recklessly spreading HIV, right? She said, answer me. Why do you think this funny? And he could say, when are we going to meet up again? You know what I'm saying? I miss you. She said, stop playing with me. I told you I had HIV. Why are you up here playing with me like that? Can you tell me, do you or don't you? They said, what does it matter? She said, so something to the fact that you knew already and you still up here. She said, hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, pretty much telling her it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. We should keep on dating and just living life to the fullest because they all hurt people. But when it comes to HIV, that's killing someone. You just gave them a package they can't get rid of. That's just real life. But yet, it's not for me to understand as a man in life, right? Why people want you to embrace this all the time. Like, I don't know about y'all men out there, but I don't know. The sensation you get for being with a female that you're attracted to is just all I want to know about. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I know, and that's all I choose to know. Period. This is never an abnormality. They're trying to make it seem like it's very complex right now. You should really go into negotiations to think about your true feelings. That's crazy, man. Yeah, you have dudes up here that be on the panel, have a female just be up there talking reckless and reckless and reckless, and you check them, but they want to defend them. But yet, they ain't never talking about no freaking female. Never. They ain't never talking about no female. Everything they got to say is about a female, but let the female be on their panel. And then they want to goddamn take up for them, protect them, and they want to be the overseer. But whenever you're talking about having a general conversation, how can it be wrong for men to have a general conversation about women like we used to? If a woman fine, she fine. If she's attractive, she's attractive. How is that disrespect? Because the ones that feel guilty, they the ones have a problem with you talking about women. The ones that's really about that lifestyle. You know, the sissies. They the ones who's living a very deceptive life. And they don't want nobody else to know, so they play this hard role, this exterior, as if people don't know. Just like my boy Josh Greer say, and shout out to Joshua Greer. He said, if you got a little bit of bitch in you, I'll find it. I'll find it. He said, I'll find out you got bitch in you or not. I'll find it. You know, he's a freaking bantamweight boxer. And then that shit is true. If you, a heterosexual man will find out if a nigga got bitch in him. A bitch ain't just something that you being flamboyant about. Like, these dudes you can tell. Like, it's several that's on here. You know what I'm saying? It's look, I ain't gonna even put it out there. I had to catch myself just then because I ain't wanna cause an all out freaking war on this because I have to goddamn bring out the motherfucking arsenal. I'm gonna leave that alone, but you almost got it, bro. You almost got the hot flaming motherfucking nuclear reactor. You got some perpetrators out here, bro. Y'all need to be aware of the perpetrators, man. Some on the YTC too. Perpetrators like on the way. They come up here and they act hard and all that shit, but really the niggas are really pretending. But shout out to the women in the chat. You know, first and foremost. You know, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, A-Side official. You know, it's been cool talking about a topic outside of combat sports. Like I just don't think it's something wrong with me. Like if I see a boxer out here, that's fine. It's not sexual harassment to compliment a boxer on their looks. It's not. Like you compliment a woman on her looks. It's not freaking harassment. But I've heard too many of you soft ass niggas. You come up here and you try to play hard and you say, well, you disrespecting her. How? Y'all sit up here and talk about the way dudes look all the time, but a woman is never an abnormality, a complex situation to give a compliment about. That's all I'm saying. D-Ray, what's good? But be aware of people in the freaking thumbnail like this, y'all. Don't fall victim to this shit. Once again, ATL is a good city, have a lot of business down here. But when we talk about the dating scene, you have a lot of people that came from different places and have infected this place even worse than what it was previously. That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. So be very aware. Be very aware and cautious. And don't come down here and just get reckless because this is a new scene for you. I'm telling you. Even in the restaurant scene, be very careful, man. You know, just be very careful in this damn scene. It's a dark side to dating here in the ATL. It is a dark side to dating, y'all. Until next time, man, the fellas, the one that loves the women, salute to you. Continue to hold it down. Be true to yourself and the woman you involved with. For the other ones, I don't have nothing to say to you. For the women, continue to be God's creation, you know, as beautiful as you want to be. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a brother complimenting you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. That shit is natural for us to compliment a woman. We're the ones who actually feel organically and genuine about the attraction that he sees. You feel me? Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports.